My people recognize me too. Hey, Freddie Pringle!
Nothing but my dude. Yeah. It's crazy. I saw a blind man. One time I saw a blind man with an iPhone. For real, dude. For real. He was playing Angry Birds. He was like. And I knew it was Angry Birds because the phone was upside down. But in the house, in the building, we got the legend, the icon, the pioneer. There's not enough. I'm mad excited. I can't. I need to pull it back. I need to pull it back. I need to pull it. Because I thought maybe I'll pull that and we'll play the intro to video music. About that, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna sing it. Okay. We have Ralph McGann is in the house. Ralph, thank you so much for coming through, man.
Thank you for having me,
man. Thank you. You've been on the scene for a minute, man. You've been on the scene, and you look great. Black don't crack. Black don't crack, brother. Well, you gotta be 70, 75. You gotta be about 75, am I right?
80.
So you're from the island, right?
I'm from the island. So
what island? Where you from?
Trinidad.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The Trini baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that the island shit, yo, you can go up to 80, 90.
You start to look your age.
You look good. You know what I mean? That's what's up. But I mean, Video Music Box. I mean, it premiered what in '84?
83.
In 83.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right around the same time as Hot Tracks with Carlos
De Jesus.
Oh
You remember that? What was it? 90 WKTU? 92.3 WKTU.
Yeah.
Who was the chick? Who was the girl with him?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I just remember Carlos De Jesus.
Carlos De Jesus. Yeah. Who's got the cocaine? I'm in.
Marco.
And Roscoe. Remember Roscoe? Hey, what's happening?
Oh my God, yeah.
So it was around that same time, right? I think Hot Tracks, what's it? It was on ABC, right?
ABC.
And you came out, and my question to you, brother, well, first of all, I want to know what you did before the whole Video Music Box.
I was an engineer. I was working at the station. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was an engineer. You know, I was doing camera work and producing and directing, and I was sitting there and I was going. There's a bunch of, it was on, because Video Music Box came on the PBS station. There was a bunch of corny white shit, and I was like, yo, this is supposed to be a public broadcasting station. How come we don't have anything for black people here?
Right. We public. We're the public.
We're the public of the public.
Yeah.
And so they looked at me like, okay, let's shut this nigga down. I tell people, 1985, we taped the Fresh Fest.
Yes. I was going to ask you about that because the Fresh Fest was what? Run DMC, LL, Houdini. What the fuck is Houdini doing?
Actually, I spoke to John Little the other day. They still do shows, man.
Word?
They still do shows. Yes, Houdini is still out there.
Okay.
And so, we taped it and we did the whole thing. We ran around backstage. We had one camera. We did backstage, the long shot, the close-ups, everything, all with one camera.
Wow.
And so we aired it, and it changed the whole landscape.
So that was it.
Yeah,
that was it.
Like everybody said when they saw that on television, like they were hooked.
Right.
And that was it. You know.
And
because prior to that, there was maybe 5 hip hop videos. There was the Fat Boys,
right.
Grandmaster Flash.
Right. Fat Boys again.
Right.
Grandmaster Flash. And Fat Boys.
And Houdini. Friends.
Exactly.
You were in the midst of it all. I mean, from the inception, and then we had that whole East Coast West Coast thing happen, and you were based in the East, on the East. How did that affect you? Like, how did you think it was ridiculous? Did you not understand what was going on? Like, what was the? How did you feel about that?
I mean, it was the media really that hyped it up, right? Because I've always been true to the artists and true to the culture, with my show. But I saw the change in media and how they would, want to hype up stuff, and we watched it happen, from big people trying to sell magazines, to people trying to sell commercials on television, to people selling commercials on radio. It all became, let's sell this whole idea of this beef between the West Coast and the East Coast. And most of the people in the West Coast and the East Coast didn't know there was a beef.
Right. Digging until they were told.
Exactly.
Oh shit! It's like
what?
Like they got pushed from behind. Oh shit! There's beef.
Yeah.
So it just escalated, and it just culminated in the murder of it was actually a bunch of murders.
Yeah.
But it culminated in the murder of 2 amazing artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that changed the whole. That was a game changer. Losing Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah.
I don't think Jay wanted to be, the guy at the time.
No.
Like, you're next, Jay.
Right.
You got the juice, Jay.
Right. Yeah.
And Jay was like,
Not like this, man.
Yeah,
Not like this. And you know what's also amazing? I mean, Jam Master Jay, unfortunately, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was good.
That
That came out of nowhere. My dude was like, when I heard on the news, I'm like, you know, to a certain extent, you know, live by the sword, die by the sword. And you know, Tupac and Biggie, as tragic as it was, you kind of got it. You know what I mean? You're gonna put it out there like that, calm as a motherfucker, and things just occur. But when Jam Master Jay was murdered, I was like, how the fuck? And
they
what
still
is,
don't know what the circumstances were.
Exactly.
They know it's
They
so
don't know what
vague.
any of the rappers done.
that's my next question to you.
Does that happen with
Ralph, that's my next. That's impossible.
With any other artist?
That's impossible.
Yeah, there'd be like, you know, grand jury and full investigation.
Yeah,
that's
you know, but it's
impossible.
like,
John Lennon got killed immediately.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
They had him like the before.
Right.
They were there just as he shot him. Like, there he is.
yeah.
What is your take on that? Why do you think that these rappers are just dying and no one can find murderers? I understand, don't snitch, that's the word on the street, you know, street cred, and you don't want to be a bitch, but come on, murders of that magnitude, Ralph, why is it that we're not getting to the bottom of it, man?
Well, I think in the case of those two guys, I think it was a lot of money being moved around. There was a lot of things happening, and people didn't want, nobody, you know, not just the kids on the street didn't want to snitch. I think that people in high places didn't want to snitch either. And there was too much money involved, and that's my opinion. But I think that that's why, you know, we never really found out. I mean, come on, how could you not find out, you know, the Pac situation? There's too much, as much love as Pac
It's on the
had.
strip in Vegas, man.
Right.
After a Tyson fight.
Exactly. It just makes no sense. So,
What's your theory, man? What's your theory?
I mean, I think people know who did it. You know.
Do you know who did it? Tell me who did it.
Right.
I know who did it.
Who did it?
LAPD. I know LAPD.
You know-
LAPD shot Biggie. Somebody in the
You know what I mean?
LAPD.
I mean,
Someone in the
that's
LAPD and specifically the Rampart Division. I read this whole article. And
There's
it-
a strong theory.
There was one particular guy who was a police officer and still an active Crip.
Right.
Dirty, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And like they have pictures of him like dressed in red or blue or whatever, and
Crips
Crip
and blue.
blood, whatever.
You should write.
Yeah.
You should write colors. But you right.